Bring it on. That's what I say. This is cheap. It's going to be a busy new moon, right? Hello, everyone. My name is Lucy Davis, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are in the UK, I hope you are enjoying this absolutely scorching weather that is with us right now. Absolutely toasty is all I'm going to say. It's been really nice to be able to actually stop for a couple of days and take some time and be present and be able to film some videos and just allow myself to breathe before I go off on the next wander, which is happening tomorrow, ladies and gents. So it is the 7th of September and I am here in the UK, as I said, in my little sanctuary, or what I'm using as my sanctuary for now. So ladies and gents, in a week's time, we have a very, very powerful new moon coming in. And when I say it's very powerful, I know I say this every freaking time, but it's the truth. They are getting more and more powerful, and it is going to continue that way until the end of this year and even going into next year. So please do not think that we're going to be getting any easier times just yet. Now, before I go any further, a lot of people don't know, but I actually do a weekly newsletter. It's called the Weekly Woo. For those of you that have followed me from way back in the day, you know that the word spiritual kind of like doesn't really sit very well with me. So I always used to call what I do woo woo. And so the Weekly Woo has been my newsletter now for about, I don't know, maybe 6 years, something like that. So if you are not on my newsletter, please do head over to my website. All you need to do is go straight to the top of the first page as you land, input your email address, and you will get a weekly email from me. That's it. I'm not going to spam you. I'm not going to harass you. It's literally just once a week newsletter. And if I decide to increase it to twice a week or something in the future, then I will let you know, but I don't see it happening. I do not like being spammed myself. So I just want you guys to know that there is a one-stop shop for a little bit of insight into Lucy's world and a bit of what goes on in my head, ladies and gents. I'll be honest with you. I love writing my newsletter. It is written by me. It's not written by anybody else, just so that you guys know. We are going to change it over the coming weeks, so it's a little bit more interactive. So rather than me putting links for things, you'll be able to click on a box and it will take you straight there. Really funky stuff going on in the background. But for now, we are doing it the old-fashioned way, and I'm putting links in. Because as creative as I am with content, and as much as I can channel things, it's not me that does it to get it done. So here we are. Ladies and gents, there is a massive amount of the new moon energies hitting this planet already. Right now, we are slap bang in the middle of Mercury retrograde, plus 5 other planets. I believe it's only 5 at the moment. I say only 5. I believe there's 5 other planets as well at the moment. So please do be very aware with what goes along with Mercury retrograde, which is communication breakdown. Hands up, who's had communication breakdown? I would really like to share something with you. So I have been waiting on some very important documentation for about 6 weeks, and it's been so hilarious what's been taking place. So this is way before retrograde kicked in, but it's been so funny over the last week or two, whilst we've been in, well, the last 2 weeks of retrograde, but then the 2 weeks before that, the shadow period. It's been really fascinating witnessing people squirming as they're like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where it is. It's kind of got lost. It's been hilarious. Thankfully, I always trust that everything is doing what it needs to do. So I haven't forced it. And literally a few days ago, I went, you know what? Hands in the air. I'm just going to surrender a little bit further to this. And boom, the documents landed the next day. This is the way the universe works, ladies and gents. And I've been talking to you about this for such a long period of time now. Another area that tends to happen during retrograde as well is that exes reach out. Now, what's fascinating about this is I was driving on the M25 the other day and I had to take a double take because I was like, oh, that's my ex. And I just messaged him and I was like, gosh, because we're still really good friends. I was like, gosh, I've just seen your double on the M25. And he was like, no, Lucy, it was me. So, you know, that's a bit of a different situation. But what you tend to get in Mercury retrograde is, oh, hey, how are you? Just checking in. Are you doing okay? So many people have reached out to me and confirmed that this is exactly what's taking place at the moment. So, ladies and gents, I'm going to give you a little bit of strength. Just hold on in there. We will be out of this retrograde period on the 23rd. I believe it's the 23rd of September. Then obviously we're back into a bit of a shadow period, and then we'll all be free. So just keep your wits about you for that period of time. Like, I don't know what happens when these planets go into retrograde, and I'm sure Venus is in there as well. So love and everything is just really, really, really being pummeled hard at the moment, let's put it that way. Another energy that's been coming through very clearly for me, and this is way before I started channeling the new moon information, is around decluttering. So if any of you are out there and you're like, I don't know why, I just feel like I need to get rid of everything around me. I need to, throw out all the clothes that don't fit me anymore. I need to, go through my garage and clear everything out, or go through the shed and just get everything sorted. This is extremely prevalent for what is going on under this new moon. So to my hoarders out there, you might have to face your addiction at this time. Ladies and gents, it's happening. And actually, on that note, a lot of people are being faced with their addictions. They're putting their head in the sand. It's like head in the sand mentality is really taking place at the moment. This is the split that's taking place on the planet. And there are people that are going, wow, this doesn't serve me anymore. I have to be honest with myself. But then there are the ones that are clinging on for dear life, that they don't have an addiction. When they really do, and it could be hoarding, it could be sex, it could be alcohol, it could be anything. We just need to bring that up into our consciousness and be very, very aware of it. And like I say, I personally, I do not have a lot of stuff. Genuinely, I do not hoard clothes. I do not hoard stuff at all. And I am on a mission. So if that's me, then God help any of you guys with lots of stuff out there. I'm sending you strength to get through this. So let's get started with the new moon energy. What I channeled, when did I channel it? Earlier today or yesterday? Very, very recent. Although it's been coming through for a while, I actually sat down and did it properly over that period of time. So there is going to be quite a lot of overwhelm over the next few weeks as we are really in the midst of these energies. So really from about now, because it's in a week, the new moon, to about the 21st, we're going to be in this period that the new moon covers. And it is going to be quite overwhelming. You are going to feel as if you're being pulled every which way. And I want to be honest with you, ladies and gents, that's exactly how I have felt. Now, I've got more energy than ever right now. I am feeling so good. It's actually really beautiful. I've been on the road for like 6 weeks or more now. Like I say, I've got a little sanctuary here for a couple of days, and I have been here for a few days. So, I'm enjoying that. But it's been the first time in that period of time where I've actually been able to stop for a minute and just take a breather. And I felt as if I'm being pulled in every which way. And what's fascinating about this is I am having these opportunities that I spoke to you about in the September energies, like constantly. I went to a meeting last week. I got offered an opportunity. Whilst I was in there, I got offered another opportunity. And as soon as I left, I got offered another opportunity. And the person that was with me was shocked, absolutely shocked at the speed in which these opportunities are happening, and it hasn't stopped. Like, it was great to have that person witness it for that one day, but it's been happening non-stop, literally since about the 30th of August, the 31st of August. It's almost like, I don't know, I'm being catapulted, and people are kind of like gravitating towards the authenticity now, which is absolutely amazing. It's so just bear in mind that we are being pulled every which way. And if you know who you are and you know what is authentic to you, you will end up doing what is right for you. Now, sometimes we have to do the wrong things, and I speak about this all the time, or what we perceive to be the wrong things, because there's lessons we need to learn. We date the wrong people, we take the wrong turning and then end up having an accident or whatever. And it's just really interesting that we must remember at this time that we are either learning our lessons or we are gaining our traction to move forwards. Or more often than not, that's both, though, right? I just want to make that very, very clear. Any transformational period is you going, right, am I going to change this, or am I going to choose it? Am I going to change it? Yes, I am going to change it. Right, I deserve better. Or whatever it is that's happening with you. I deserve more money. I deserve greater abundance. I deserve greater love. I deserve more authentic love, like all of these different things. Now, because we are being pulled every which way, we are going to be perceiving that as neediness right now, ladies and gents. we're going to be like, why is this person draining on me? Like, why does this person want so much of my attention? And basically what's happening right now is we're kind of overcompensating to get our needs met. So, and we have been doing this for quite some time. So take the ownership of it yourself. If you are seeing neediness in somebody, then recognize it where it's been within yourself as well. It's a very, very important period of time for us to actually turn that mirror on ourselves, step into our truth, step into our authenticity, really, really remember who we are. And the way that we do that is just by literally being the mirror, like actually recognizing that there is a mirror, and everything that we do is all about a mirror. Distractions aplenty are taking place during this new moon period, ladies and gents, and it's not going to stop. This distraction stuff is just gaining momentum. Okay. We are going to be, hey, watch over here. Look over here. Hey, look over here. Oh no, you better look over here. You are going to feel the overwhelm from the first point that I mentioned, because you are going to be so like being pulled every which way. And then there's the distractions. Now, this is by design, ladies and gents. This is by design. So all of this initial stuff that I'm talking about is kind of like this is the hectic, chaotic energy that I've been speaking about for some time. Now, obviously, what comes with distractions is that people get hooked on them. And what comes of that? Feistiness. So we really do have a rebellion taking place right now. And although we've had it previously, it's going to be building and gaining momentum as we go forward. There is going to be anger surfacing. People are going to be over justifying themselves. You're probably going to notice a lot of nosiness as well as we go through this more feisty energy that is with us under this new moon. Now, do remember that the new moon is always about a new start. That's the way we need to look at this. So there's going to be people that cannot let go of the past, that want to keep clinging on. And I've been talking about this resistance recently. So do bear that in mind as you're witnessing people. And remember, you do not have to meet people where they're at. So if somebody comes at you with a feisty attitude, you don't need to meet them where they're at. And I want to be honest with you, ladies and gents, it's the best thing to do. If somebody's creating chaos over there, you just stay in your own lane and you just stay the person that you are. People will see it for what it is. You know, you do not need to get dragged into people's silly antics or, you know, any of their anger or anything like that. Remember, everything that we do is a choice. Everything that we do, we can create our reality based on. So I suggest that you just get into alignment with that. And I know it's difficult because when somebody's shouting at you or when somebody's getting feisty, you want to go back and you want to put them in their box and you want to, you know, but like I always talk about, you know, be the patient gangster. Be the patient gangster, be patient and trust that God has your back. And I promise you, if you leave it long enough, God will show you that you are one of his earth angels. As I've been talking about for quite some time now, the truth is going to continue to bubble to the surface through this new moon. People want freedom and they are starting to witness that there is a potentiality that their freedom may be taken away. So people are starting to get this feisty energy coming back online. This rebellion is starting to surface again. Again, ladies and gents, it's down to you, the way that you live your life. And I'm never going to tell you what to do and what not to do. Like I was on that front line of the protests in the past. So I'm really not going to judge you or any of that, tell you what to do. However, remember the vibration that we are creating now is going to be our future vibration. The more we continue to hold on to the past and live in this anger and this hurt and this uptightness, for want of a better word, we are going to continue to bring that vibration towards us. So please just bear that in mind as we go through this. I feel like I'm speaking really quickly, so I hope I'm actually not. I hope it's just me like getting the information coming in and it's not, you're not like, oh my God, this woman is just speaking so quickly today. So the next thing that came through was very much about the resonance of our whole lives is under the spotlight right now. Now, normally I talk about the spotlight around full moon because the full moon is obviously a bright light. It shines the light on many, many different areas and many different subjects. But what's happening now is that we are having things happen to us and for us that we're going, oh, do I want to make this decision because it aligns to me? Or do I not want to make this decision? Or do I want to make a different decision because that no longer aligns to me? It's literally, we are feeling every nook and cranny of life right now, so we can legitimately start to say, actually, you know what? I love you. I just looked over in the corner and I've never seen this before. And there's a sign saying mission. The messages constantly happen in my world. Honestly, it's hilarious. I think I said this the other day, but I'm going to say it again. I was driving along the other day having a conversation with somebody and I was talking about something, and literally I went, it's easy peasy, and there was easy peasy written on the side of the van. Like, that's how many synchronicities happen with me constantly at the moment. It's absolutely what, well, I don't know why I say at the moment, it's been happening for a long time, but it's just constant. There isn't a second during the day when it's not like that. So that was quite interesting, because how many times have you seen me sat here doing videos, and it's always been there. So going back to what I was saying, this is very much about resonance. Does it feel good to you? Does it align to you? Does it help you feel better? Does it help you have more clarity? Now, clarity is the next. I'm smiling a lot because I had a wild time when I was channeling this information. Clarity is going to be coming online a lot more. And what was funny about it, when I wrote the word clarity down, I was shown very clearly it was the vision of Horus. Now, again, I've got another funny story. As I was doing because what I basically do is I let it come through and then I type it up. And as it came through, a bag that was in the vicinity of me out of nowhere fell over. It happens a lot. And out of it came something with Horus on it. And I was just like, how does that even happen? I don't even know where that's come from. Like, literally, it just appeared out of nowhere. And so that's why I just started laughing again. These signs and synchronicities and everything are just happening so blooming quickly right now. Passionate perspectives are going to surface once again. Now, if you notice, ladies and gents, I'm using slightly different language to normal because I am hoping that you get the memos that go behind the words that I'm using without me actually having to say it. So people are going to be becoming very passionate with their perspectives, again, like we have had previously. Now, we need to notice that new choices need to be made. Okay, everybody is very likely to be making a different choice this time. We need to be going in a different direction. So what I would be doing, if you get faced with the same choice, whether it's in your life, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your relationship or whatever, if you're being faced with the same choice on a regular basis, look back at the choice you made last time and see if it worked. If the answer is no, make a different take a different direction. That would be my recommendation to you. Some massive decisions are going to be made under this period of new moon, which is quite interesting because I don't really like to make too many life-changing decisions over Mercury retrograde. And I normally tell people the same. Not that I give away my power, but, you know, interesting things happen, you know, during this period, and people sometimes be in their bonnet. So I might make the decision during that period and then, you know, sign the contract the other side or have the discussions the other side or something, because I think when you know, but just be prepared that some big decisions are going to be made during this period of time. My favorite topic at the moment, and it seems to be really resonating with so many of you, letting go. Letting go is a massive topic, not just for this new moon energy, but very much for this month of September. It is time to heal the old and move on with the new. If you keep looking back at that old relationship and you're like, why did that not work out? How can I speak to them again or whatever? Pick up the phone and apologize. Send an email and say, I'm going to forgive myself for what I did to you, or whatever it needs to be said. You need to recognize how you are in charge of your own healing journey, ladies and gents. More often than not, the best way to let go is to apologize to the other person, if there is another person, to yourself. You know, you are the one that is involved in all of the things in your life that have gone on. You need to ask yourself, why did you call them in? What lessons did you need to learn? And what do you need to do to put it right? Remember, ladies and gents, an apology of sorry is no good. If you apologize and then you change your behavior and you say, what do I need to do to put this right? Then it gives somebody the opportunity to be able to say, I don't need you to apologize, or I don't need you to do anything else, or this is what I would like to happen going forwards. But do just remember, the quickest way sometimes to heal yourself is to admit that you did it first and foremost, pick up the phone and apologize, or write a letter or whatever, and really allow that trauma to surface, that uncomfortable, that feeling of, oh my God, what if they're not going to speak to me? Oh my goodness, what if? Like, allow that to surface, because it's your trauma. And when we allow that trauma, when we acknowledge that trauma, when we allow that trauma to surface once and for all, we can very surprisingly, or unsurprisingly actually, heal from absolutely anything. Now, on that note, ladies and gents, on the 19th of September, I am running a Healing Hangs event, which are so powerful. As you guys know, they normally go on for about 3 hours. I say they're 2, but I completely talk rubbish because I'm always on a lot longer than I ever am with any of my seminars. So it's supposed to be a 2-hour event, and it's in the evening, 7 till 9 p.m, I believe, UK time. And we basically take you on this process, how to establish what your trauma is and be able to release it. And if you haven't seen the memo already, I've just looked at the clock and it's 1:44. If you haven't seen the memo already, I'm going to be joined by 2 incredible, very, very powerful healers in the shape of Claire Tebbett and Kevin Wright. If you don't know who they are, go and check out some of my previous videos. They're probably on them. If not, check out my Instagram or whatever, and you will know exactly who they are. Now, this event is taking place 5 days after the new moon as at the most powerful energy. So we are really going to be able to clear and cleanse. And it's also just a few days before Mercury retrograde anyway. It goes back into direct, and we're in the shadow period. So please recognize this is probably, and I don't look at any of this when I book these. I just trust the numbers that come through. I don't look at any of these dates or anything. And actually, it's going to be a really powerful day to be doing it. I'm actually going to be doing some extremely profound work on the day of the 19th of September. I've had to move all of my one-to-ones to accommodate it. It's very exciting. I'll be sharing with you very soon what's going on. Like I say, I've been offered so many opportunities, which is just absolutely incredible. I feel very privileged, very loved, and God's. I know that I'm one of God's angels these days. I'm like, okay, literally whatever I put out there is happening. So it's always nice to get that validation. We're all God's angels, by the way, ladies and gents, before anybody has a little reaction to that. We are all. It's just about recognizing it, stopping, listening, and allowing it to come through so that you can actually take the guidance. So this period of time is going to be very much about setting new foundations. Maybe there's a move on the cards. Maybe there's a new relationship on the cards too. Who knows? So please just take some time to allow yourself to create new foundations and allow them to be settled properly. No rushing of things, ladies and gents. That's my recommendation. Do what feels right to you. Make sure your paperwork's in alignment, for example, and just surrender to what it is and the places where God is asking you to be. This is going to make a few people get a little bit cringy. I'm sorry to say, ladies and gents, but I've been talking about this a lot on my Instagram channel in the last week or two, and now is the time to walk your talk. This is cheap. This is not about talking anymore. This is about holding up the mirror for other people to see, shining the light so brightly they know exactly where your footprints are that they can walk in. You know that this has been very dear to my heart for a very long time, but it's only now that the world is ready to actually recognize this. So quit the talking, quit the jibber jabber, unless you're actually prepared to follow through. No more idle threats. Get off your tush and get it done. It's my absolute, it's a real feisty energy that's bringing that through. Again, this may trigger a few people, but logic is no longer the best way to do things. It's very much heart-driven now. Now, particularly a lot of men out there, they're like, heart-driven? No way, there's no logic to the heart. No, but we're going into a world of feelings. We're going into a world of feel is so much more important. So if you are around anybody who is saying you can't feel that, pull it together and trying to tell you how your feelings can be. Remember, you are actually stepping into the new world whilst they are trying to cling on to the old for their dear life. they are resisting it. They are going to have their hands burnt. And always, like I said, watch people's feet. Don't just watch the words that they say. There's a lot of people out there that say that they grasp this principle, but actually in reality, they're not living it. And it's obvious if you pay attention to them. The divine feminine energy is massively on the increase. Now, there is a lot of work that's been taken place. Trust me, I have done more traveling this year, I think, than any year that I've ever done. You know, just the last few months, I've been in 20 countries, something like that. It's been absolutely wild and just amazing. And this is all about bringing the divine feminine energy up. Now, of course, what comes along with the divine feminine energy is a boost in fertility, which I'm really excited about. I truly believe that the physical body, whether a male or a female, should be fertile from birth all the way through till death. And a lot of people don't agree with that. So I feel that this is a really exciting period of time. Now, I've had a number of people after the healing hangs that I did on the womb reach out to me and be like, Lucy, I haven't had a period for 4 years and now I'm getting my periods back. Like, what the heck have you done to me? Just release the trauma, my love. Enjoy it. I know it's a bit of an inconvenience, girls, but hey, it's amazing because we know that we are fertile when we have our monthly cycle. We are stepping into a world of mysticism, ladies and gents. If you haven't already been living in it, then trust me, it is coming for you. Every single thing is a messenger. If a person speaks to you, or an animal comes to you, or you go to a place or anything like that, trust that everything is a messenger, even down to the time that you look at your clock. We need to be looking at the who, the what, the where, the how, and pay attention to it all, every single bit. God has this plan. Now, we've all had to go off and learn lessons, and now he's bringing all of the pieces back together for us so we can go, I had to meet that person because I had to know that. Now I know that. I know how that's going to work. And this is how we're going to shift into the high levels of consciousness, which make sure you hit the thumbs up button on this video for me if you agree with. You are ready to go to high levels of consciousness. I don't know about you, but I am. I'm really, really ready to just live there in peace and harmony right now. Abundance and growth is going to be a massive surge through this new moon. You have to be open to it to be able to accept it. So if you are somebody who looks at the word abundance as financial, see yourself with the money that you believe you deserve. See yourself, if it's health, see yourself with the physical body, the way that you deem yourself to be worthy. Be prepared for growth. If you are open to growth, this period of time is going to be really, really catastrophic to help you shift into whatever it is, the better version of yourself, or the better, the better husband, the better wife, the better sister, or whatever it is that you're looking for growth in. It might be that you're looking to grow your business, for example. I've been really head down and bum up with my business of late, as you've probably noticed. And my goodness, is it paying off? Some of the opportunities that have been presented are just so exciting, and I really can't wait to share them with you. And I should stop teasing you because obviously I can't talk about it too much at the moment. Intuition is going to be coming online even more. Now, this makes me feel a little bit vulnerable because my intuition is bang on. It's extremely, people they're with me and they're like, how did you know that? What? Like, it's just interesting the way that my intuition works. But everybody's is coming online much more. Now, I'm not saying I'm the only person with intuition around the world, ladies and gents. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying everybody has what I talk about in their back pocket. They have that inner dial that guides them, what feels right, what doesn't feel right. They have the beautiful psychic abilities. They can access the downloads and the insights. Everybody can do that, but it's about being completely authentic. If you are not authentic, let's say, for example, one of you out there really, really love the way that I go off and do the energy work, and you're like, oh my God, I really want to go and do what she does. Like, if it's not authentic to you, it's never going to work for you. I'm not saying you can't do it, but it has to be authentic. Like, I love animals, for example, but I am much stronger working with people and the energy lines around the world. And I love animals. If you watch me on my Instagram lives, all the dogs every morning come and run to me because that's just what happens. But, there are other people out there that are so intuitive where animals are concerned, so in alignment with them. So this is what's happening at the moment. It's about an awakening taking place based on authenticity. And unfortunately, there are so many people that want to be other people. There are so many people that are trying to be just like that person. And you're missing the memo, ladies and gents. Like, you're supposed to be you. If you are somebody that's like, I want to do that, I really want to be like that, just ask yourself, like, who are you at your core? What did you get sent down here to do? Allow your gifts to come online, ladies and gents. This is a brand new wave of spiritual awakening that's taking place. We're going to see changes. We're going to see transformation. We're going to see psychic abilities coming online. Like I said, downloads, insights. We're going to be able to predict it all. What's fascinating, I was on the phone to one of my girlfriends this morning, and, you know, I said to her, oh, I'm expecting this. And she said, but you haven't spoken about that in ages. I said, I don't know why. It's just popped into my head this morning. And so I'm expecting it now. 3 minutes later, boom, it was there. Laugh how quickly it's working now. If you trust it, you know, if you just go, okay, I hear you. Thank you. Bring it in. You know, it happens very, very, very quickly. So this is all about being selective with your choices going forwards, ladies and gents. We need to get organized. We need to get aligned. We need to start thinking about what seeds we want to be sowing for our future. Now, a lot of us have been speaking about our future life, the way that we see the world going to be. Are you really, truly living that life? Or is it just a pipe dream, but you're living a completely different life? My recommendation right now would be to go and walk your talk. You know, if you want to be growing fruits and vegetables at home and you haven't got the space to do it, go and buy yourself something that can help you grow them in your apartment or whatever. If you are somebody who's like, I really want to live off grid, but you don't know how to right now because you're caught up in a corporate job, like, go camping or go and get that need met somehow so that you can start putting the imprint out there that this is truly what you want. Go and create a side hustle, for example, something like that. We need to get organized. We need to show the universe what we need to do right now. And let me be honest with you, I've been a bit wishy-washy over the last few years with business because I've been able to, but I've taken on some new opportunities, like I say, and so I've had to get super organized. And all of a sudden, I'm getting a lot more done in a day because my to-do list is there. You know, I'm literally crossing it off. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I feel so excited for the future, ladies and gents. I can't even say to you, I feel so excited with what is coming. Bring it on. That's what I say. So, health. Health is a really, really exciting topic under this new moon. Be very aware of things, situations that are coming up through your health right now. About 3 weeks ago, and this happens probably every few years with me. I've actually literally gone through my medical records recently to just see how often it happens. And every few years I have this drop in ferritin. So that's part of the iron. And it's really interesting. It's not from blood loss, which is what you would expect. It has been on a few occasions in the past, but this time it's nothing to do with blood loss, but it's an imbalance that the body just takes on all of a sudden because of certain energies or whatever. And as you guys know, I've been doing a lot of energy work, so it doesn't surprise me that it happens. So I've really been working on re-energizing my blood, bringing in the iron, making sure that my food is really clean. I've changed up a few things. I've added a few things into my diet to just make sure when I'm on the road, I can still get decent sources. That's what we need to be doing right now. We need to be prioritizing ourselves, putting our self-love above everything else, and the care that we need to put into our body. We're being challenged right now to be finding alternative solutions to the current approach, if that makes sense. So, you know, medicines, we might want to look at homeopathy or herbal remedies. And also the practicality side of it is, how can we make sure that that life that we've dreamt up, like I was saying earlier about the going camping and whatever, how can we bring that into our reality? Because that is what's very important during this. We need to be bringing it in so that we can feel it and believe it, and then it will be bringing in even more of it. And I do believe that this is what's happening for the collective right now. You know, we are basically manifesting on a collective level, and we're bringing it in on a collective level, but we all have our own individual manifestations as well. So, you know, it's basically who is the people that live in fear greater than the people that live in light at the moment. It's that kind of thing, like who's manifesting more, you know, and the powers that be are probably quite enjoying watching this game. It probably is a bit like the Hunger Games to them. So, you know, we need to keep positive, we need to keep aligned, we need to keep loving, you know, all of those things. Just remember that nobody is you, ladies and gents. Nobody can ever be you. Like, people can mimic you, people can imitate you, but they're never going to be you. And those people that when they connect to their heart, they're going to say, nah, this doesn't feel right, because you can't blag people anymore. The days of blagging is over. Like, the truth has to come out. So anybody trying to blag anybody, whether it's a bunch of people online or in your real life, then, you know, it's just not that energy anymore. It's just not welcome. You are going to be staying in a much lower vibration, unfortunately, until you're ready to let go of all of that nonsense and the lies and the deceit. Big recommendation for this new moon, I nearly said full moon then, new moon, is grounding. Oh my God, I am in nature constantly. I'm by the beach constantly. For some reason, when you ground, it's like Mother Nature has her arms around you. She gives you caring, compassionate, loving energy. And my goodness, hands up, who needs that right now? I know that I do. I know that I've just needed a little arm around my shoulder at certain times in the last few months, and Mother Nature has always provided. Thankfully, I'm at the other side of that now, but if you are going through something, maybe because you can see things starting to ramp back up or whatever, just go and find yourself in nature and just grab a moment, take a hand on heart and just breathe. Just remember who you are and just remember what is possible to create from your amazing physical vessel. Discernment. This new moon is going to really bring on this difference between feeling and thinking. Okay, look at how you are feeling when you're hearing something. Look at how you feel when somebody's talking to you, or maybe they're talking to you about somebody else. Ask yourself, does this feel true to me? Does this feel as if this is, you know, what I recognize or what I believe to be true? And I'm going to ask you, ladies and gents, to trust yourself. Trust yourself so much. You have more strength than you know. You have more wisdom than you are ever capable of acknowledging. And you are more knowledgeable on everything that is going on than you will remember. We've got caught up in the games that have been being played. We've got caught up with the distractions and that, oh, I need to buy myself something new and a nice pair of shoes and blah, blah, blah. We've got caught up, ladies and gents. Forgive yourselves. Now it's time to get our heads down and our bums up. We're in business mode. It's time to choose balance, ladies and gents. We must choose a different vibration. I have been saying this for many, many, many months, and I'm going to keep on banging on about it until we get it. And we're all sat around that campfire cheering that we've managed to get it done. You must step out of the fear vibration. That's anything from blaming, naming, shaming, having to be right, acting up because you haven't got your own way, acting up because of the noise that's being created around you. We are creating the noise. We must recognize that. It's time to say enough is enough and choose peace. That said, boundaries are very much required. So if somebody is abusing your kindness, you absolutely are being tested to see whether you're going to allow that to take place. Make sure that you have very clear boundaries in place. Choose love. Choose gratitude. Live in the vibration you desire to live in going forwards. Because remember, ladies and gents, you are the creator of that. It's going to be a busy new moon, right? I'm excited. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you where I'm going to be, because I'm going to be back off with my little wondrous self. It's so normal for me. I've been doing this for 10 years now, just shy of 10 years. And, you know, even my mum's normalized it now. She's like, I know you don't tell me where you're going or what you're doing, but, you know, just check in with me when you can. Like, everybody just gets it now. They might not get it in the sense of the level of the work that I do, but we have got so many signs and synchronicities and, you know, proving what has been done, from flooding to earthquake. I mean, two of the towns that I went to when I first left on this last wander that was about 5-6 weeks ago, they were flooded. Very recently they were flooded, just clearing out, purging the energies, which I went in to shift. We've had sinkholes opening up in all different places. We've had lots of things going on, and it's just validation that the energies are being reset. It's validation that Gaia is saying, right, you know, we've changed this now. We're doing things very, very, very differently. And I'm excited by that. I know a lot of people go, yeah, but that's dark. And unfortunately, we live in a world where we need to reset. And this is all part of the reset, you know, so that we can live in peace and harmony. I don't want any of this destruction like anybody else does, but Gaia is being abused extremely badly. And my recommendation would be, just wherever you go, sprinkle that love, allow people to be, you know, be authentic to yourself, stand in your truth, you know, don't allow people to put you down and bitch about you, you know, put them in their freaking place. But you don't have to go in feisty and arguing. You can do it from such a good place of love. It's very, very, very important that we recognize this. This is about being authentic to ourselves. And a lot of people have tried to beat that authenticity out of us over the years of our lives. So just be really aware of that. Okay, so for an exercise for this new moon, what I'm going to recommend is, first and foremost, as always, you sage or you smudge yourself, your own energy field. So that is your auric field. That's step number one. Step number two is do that for your space. Let's say I was doing it in here. I would go around the corners. I would open the windows. I'd let all of the smoke or the incense or whatever out. Just allow it to be blitzed. And then what I would be doing is I would be sitting down in meditation for about 16 minutes, 1-6. And just asking yourself, what are the intentions that you're going to bring in this now moment? What I've realized, and I've shared only with one of my girlfriends, but I'm going to share it with you guys now, is that when I write something in my diary, it happens verbatim at the time that I say it's going to happen. So good, bad, and ugly, that is, by the way. So be very clear and pure with your thoughts and your intentions, and they will come in. Okay, if you want to bump into somebody, set that intention. And if God thinks it's going to be for the best of your growth, that will happen. If you are looking for a windfall, or maybe you're looking to get that house or whatever, but just trust whenever you're blocked that it's because, you know, you're not supposed to be there, or something is holding you. So it might be that you find your dream home and then something happens and you can't be there, but then maybe it's going to present itself to you in the future. Like, just bear this in mind. Sometimes, I was going to say sometimes, all the time, God's timing is much better than yours. This plan is so intricate that you couldn't even imagine all of the details in it. So it's very important that we recognize that and we surrender and we trust. So once you have meditated on your intentions and what you intend for your life, I would grab a piece of paper, I would write it down, and maybe even in your diary if you want to try my tactic. Get that done and leave it somewhere where not only the new moon energy can see it and feel it and bring it into reality, but also the full moon when it comes in a few weeks' time, ladies and gents. I hope this video is all right. I hope the content aligns with what you've been feeling and what you've been thinking. Please do remember to comment below so I can come back to you. Let me know if I've missed anything at all. Do remember to hit the thumbs up video if you have enjoyed this video, and share with anybody that you know who would love this. Please also do remember to go and check out the description field. There is so much information in there for you guys to go and check out, how to sign up to my newsletter and all sorts of stuff. Okay. I love you guys to the moon and stars. I will be seeing you in the next video. Lots of love, guys.